So what's the game plan? No walleye today, just crappie?
No walleyes. We're gonna be focusing on some big crappies. We're gonna be fishing main lake submerged rocks, and always around Memorial Day, Father's Day, you know, those crappies are up on their beds, and what we're gonna be doing is finding some big black male crappies.
Okay.
The females may or may not be spawned out yet. They're right there. The water temperature is 68, 71 degrees. We've got a chance at some big brown bass. I know that guy likes big smallmouth bass, so
all right.
I think we got an opportunity at those. We're going to be throwing little light feather jigs,
okay,
and tipped with a minnow or plastic, and then we also have some slip corks that'll be floating out in the wind in front of the boat.
I've got some venoms. We can try them.
Gonna work great.
Venom floats. Well,
we're going to try something today that we've never done on Wild Dakota. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope that this works. And we're going to try and roll film from start to finish for 1/2 hour. No cuts.
No pressure either,
No
right?
pressure, Michael. This has been kind of a dream since we've started. This might be our opportunity. So that's what we're going to try and do today.
okay, so let's get to it. We can't catch him here.
Get me in the water, boys.
Parking lot. No fish.
You aim that camera down.
We are so excited about this program, but first we want to thank everyone for reaching out. Your comments, your likes. Please subscribe and follow YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Check us out, give us your thoughts, maybe even tell us what you'd like to see next. This has been a dream of ours for quite some time, to be able to go out and film a non-stop action program, and we're excited to say we got it done.
Boys, we're fishing a lot of submerged rock here, and what you're going to see as they pass under us are these marks here. They're home. We'll see if they're going to bite. Using actually a JT Mag Light JTX. This is a 7'3" rod built specifically for jigging. The great thing about this rod is I'm fishing a little 16th ounce Firefly jig. With a 7'3" rod, I'm able to throw this jig a great distance and also have the sensitivity to pick up really nice fish. I can catch a crappie with it. It's got a light tip, but it loads up here in the back. By the way, it's a pink rod. It's my wife's Mother's Day gift. She's not with today, so I'm gonna use it and couple it with a pink jig. But fish are home. Let's see if we can catch a few.
We didn't waste any time getting set up, and we were attempting something we thought was impossible unless the timing, location, and presentation are all in sync. Things can get crazy. So we've got 5 cameras to capture it all, and we're going to start that timer now to show you exactly how this morning all went down.
What I like to do is I like to tail hook or back hook a minnow when I'm crappie fishing. They take it by the mouth. Crappies are called paper mouths for a reason. So we like using really soft rods when setting the hook, and just throw it out there and wait. We got bobbers out, and we're also going to jig. Of course, when I'm jigging, I'm going to take my minnow. I'm a little picky with the minnows I use too. I like getting a nice shiny female minnow, and as opposed to hooking them through the lip, I like to hook them through the skull, and that keeps them from falling off. We've got rocks all the way around us. What we're gonna do here is actually just fan cast the area in the boat. One thing I want to tell you about fishing light jigs as well, they fall about a foot a second. So if we're in 7 or 8 foot of water, what we want to do is wait about 7 seconds. Once we wait about 7 seconds, we have the ability, you start counting it down in your head, and you know where you're at as far as depth. You want to fish these just slightly above the bottom. You can see I'm just barely twitching this jig here, and just want it right towards the bottom. There's one right there. Got it? Just, oh! You know, I was throwing my bobber out, and I let that jig just set quietly. And looky here what we've got. We've got a nice eastern South Dakota black crappie. The reason we call them black crappies, okay, is the black profile on the fins, the black cheeks, and they're really just a beautiful creation from the good Lord above, because there's iridescence and purples and blues, and they're also wonderful to eat too. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get our live well up and running and try to catch a few of these beautiful crappies. And we got one on the bobber rod. Look at that fish go. Wow! I just was showing you folks how pretty a black crappie is, and I told you Jeff likes big brown bass. Look at this rod band. And Jeff, I might need a net, I think. Put that jig down. She's a good one. Now look at this JT panhandler. Look at how it bends. One nice thing about a longer rod, the ability to cast further, and there's more forgiveness, more room for error when you're fighting a big fish. This fish here is able to really pull and allow me not to overwork him or anything. This is a good fish here, boy. Look at the size of this smallmouth bass, folks. Look at her. So come on, girl. That's a good one, boys. This rod is fighting the fish. See that rod pumping up and down? That is really allowing me to have actually a better opportunity of catching her. To use really stiff rods, you don't always have the ability. Jeffrey, I'm going to bring her to you.
Yep, I'm
this
ready.
Is a beauty here.
I'll scoop and...
Whoop.
She's got a little spunk in her yet, Michael. That is a beautiful
That's
fish.
a big one. That's a 4 or 5 pound fish.
You know, Mike, I'm sorry, we didn't call this the T-Joe Show. It's Wild Dakota, in natural state with friends and family. So when we come back, Vern and I are gonna be in the water.
You'll notice the first thing I'm doing here, folks, when I'm holding her, is I'm not letting her hang by the jaw. That is critical on a big fish. And what you can do is actually break their jaw and kill the fish.
Stay right there. We're gonna have more crappies on Lake Poncet coming up right after this with our favorite American family insurance agent, Michael Tejan and Vern.
All right, let's try this again.
All right, any direction?
Any direction you want. We're in the middle of a bunch of rocks. We should be able to do just fine.
Bobber down already, Mike. Oh yeah.
Fish on here. Fish on here too. We got a double. Look at here.
Ooh.
Oh man, here's
Wow.
a nice crappie.
This is a dandy also.
I'm gonna do
Come on.
the Michael treat here. Oh yeah. And that was...
Is that awesome or what, guys? Look at there.
This was with the instructions of Mr. Tejan. A firefly tipped with a minnow. Count it to 7. Let her fall.
And there she is.
And before I even got a crank in, this fish was on.
I had about a 5 count after it hit the water.
Did you? These are beautiful fish. So they're not the giants, but they are quality crappie, right in that 12-inch range.
Look at there. I got to show you guys if you can see the color on that guy. Isn't that fantastic? It is just beautiful. And the paper mouth is true to stance too, because they are thin. I had them by the... All right, let's get another one. They're
So here's
on.
what's unique about this morning. We've got cameras rolling from right here on the dash, back there, and up high. Michael's running the camera. How does it feel to be back there, Mike?
I'm a fishing guide, so that's okay.
But our goal today was to run this live, see what we can have happen in 30 minutes, and run this as a live fishing show. We're just gonna cut from scene to scene, from camera to camera, and catch some fish. Bobber down right here. Michael, give me the camera. Here we go.
Look at that. Look at that. Sink, sink, sink.
Oh yeah, baby!
It's like the kid in you has come alive. Hey, old Vern.
Oh man, we paid our dues for this one. Whoa!
Look at that fish. Look at that. That's another quality fish.
Look at here.
What we're gonna see if we can do is double up.
Wow. Another one.
Mike, you're like a 12-year-old boy back there.
It's a lot of fun. It really, and the thing, you know, that we want to point out is there's a legal limit in South Dakota of 15 crappies. And the Wild Dakota crew, one thing we've always focused on is conservation. And I tell you what, conservatively, 6 or 7 of those are a good plenty for Vern.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
you know, what we want to do is I've got a clicker that I bring with, especially when I'm crappie fishing. And
You got the 3 ready?
we're clicking and we're keeping track of these fish that we're catching with this little
4.
clicker.
We had a bass, but went back.
That's right. Well, 5 now.
5. Yeah. Cool. Oh man, this is fun.
You splashed me? No, he didn't even take off. Vern, why don't you tell me the reason or the design behind the Venom float on why having such a sensitive bobber makes the bite so much better?
The reason for a Venom float being so sensitive is when you get a big fish, it really don't matter. But when you get a sensitive fish like a paper mouth crappie, they might nip at it and it's just going to be bouncing, and you can tell the bite right away. If you had a big heavy bobber, it would just sit there and float. And until a big fish got it, it would pull it down. But the Venom is really sensitive. You can adjust it up and down and put it right at the tip of the water. So when that thing goes under, you had better be ready.
Mike, what's unique about the spot we've got right here?
Particular spot that we're fishing, like I say, it's mid-lake structure. We're in about 11 to 12 foot of water, and we've got a lot of sand, and we also have a lot of rocks, and that does a couple of things. One, the sand enables the fish to spawn. 2, the rocks and everything that brings forage fish in. People are under the impression that panfish and crappies always spawn shallow. That's not necessarily the case. During the warmer months, you can always look for these deep sunken rock piles and islands, and you can bet with the crappie population, they're going to hold crappies. You don't always have to look in weeds, folks.
Do we have a lull in the action? It's because I'm not in the water, Michael.
That's right. You get that rod back in. That side hadn't been touched.
Fish up here. But I'm going to cast this little fella out.
Nice crappie.
Tiny little firefly.
Look at this beautiful.
And we're going to do a 7 count and see what happens.
I mean, I always say it's pure joy. Just look at the color on that crappie. Now this, if you're going to keep a crappie, is one of the ones you want to keep. The reason I'm saying that is this is a male. This is a male crappie. For obvious reasons, it's skinny right here. But the males have a dark black cheek patch. And there's Jeffrey, just like that with another fish.
That was a 7 count, 3 cranks.
So perfect. Here's what I want to show you. Come on back, folks, and we're going to take a quick look at something here. All right, so Jeffrey, you'll notice Jeff and I both have.
I'm getting this out of the way.
All right, Jeffrey and I both have black crappies. One is a female, one is a male. When you're talking selective harvest, and we're not right now because we're only going to keep 5 or 6 fish a piece, but the females are silver in color on the belly and have a silver cheek patch. The males, black.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Uh-oh, big fish. big fish.
Well, get that camera rolling, just hit record. See if it's a smallie and it's going to jump. It's going to be right here.
Walk to the back, Jeff. Don't let her get in the motor.
I'll switch with you.
Big pike or big smallie? There's a big northern hanging out over here.
It ain't that big.
That's
It's giving me some funky head shakes.
I saw some big pikes out there.
There, I believe that's a big smallmouth. I'm going to try and steer it in between us here, if I can. Come right.
Here she comes.
See if she jumps for us.
Here she comes. Oh, that's a big one, JB. You wanted a picture fish. You got one.
There it is. Oh, baby.
Keep her down. Don't let her jump. She's too big. Keep your rod tip down on her.
All right, we're going to get ahead. Head up, and get it right up to you. Oh, she just wants to dig.
It's a good one.
Ooh, that's got to be 4.5 pounds.
Yeah,
4 pounds. All right, coming at you. I'm going to do one. Ready? In the net.
How about that, Jack? There you go, buddy.
That was a professional net job, if I do say so myself. That is a tank.
That's a beauty. That's a beauty.
Oh,
Nice
look at
fish,
how
JB.
barely hooked by the skin. Here, look at that. It's not even through the jaw, it's just through the skin. But it was tough right there. All right,
I'll grab your rod. I'm just holding by the belly for you there.
Yep.
There we go. Beauty.
Look at that fish. That is a beautiful brown, bronze bomber, whoever wants to go by it, but I'll call that a smallmouth and one solid bass. Hey, we came out here to Lake Ponset with Mike Tejan to do one thing, and this was going to be the first time we ever tried this, and it worked. All live film today. It happened as you see it. We just cut from angle to angle, 4 different angles, but we ran out of time. So, as always, fish hard, fish safe, have a successful season. We'll see you next time right here in Wild Dakota, where we're born free, we live wild, and we are proud to be Americans.
Wow, look at there.
All right, Dad. I'm going to put that in the box.
Can I
you
go
rig
for
back
one more?
up. You can go for one more. I'll
right.
put this in the box. Princess Vern's going to keep fishing. Princess Vern, is that what it's called? He's being an anti-fish Karen. That's what
Fireplace Pros has got a new way to cook fish, and it's on a cedar plank.
Oh, I saw that.
And he makes up a sauce that he puts on it, and is that ever frickin' good?